This story is about the American Filipino, race and ethnicity. This story will give a glimpse into an American Filipino and the symbolic interactions that are a part of their everyday lives. Today, we will talk about race and ethnicity. It affects our everyday lives. It affects how we dress, what we eat, traditions, our religious convictions, and at times even who we marry. Race and ethnicity can perpetuate stigmas that have been present for hundreds of years. We are all human regardless of the color of our skin and our lineage. Compassion and respect should be the forefront of humanity. In this story, we will look at how mixed cultures of American and Filipino are intertwined. Pictured here is Ashley. She is half Filipino and half white. She speaks English and Tagalog. Some people say Tagalog. She was born in Alaska and was mostly raised here and spent a lot of time in the Philippines. And this picture is of Ashley's family. She's got her cousins here and her mom sitting in the front. Marriage can be traditional, as is the case for Ashley's mom. She came here to America by an arranged marriage initiated by her stepfather to an established U.S. citizen who was also of Filipino descent. She later divorced and married a white man. Families consist of nuclear family and extended family, oftentimes living in the same household. Marriages often consist of mixed racial ethnic marriages. Pay is not the greatest, so younger members will stay living with their parents for a long time. It is not uncommon for families to live together from 25 to 30 years old in both countries. The Philippines is beautiful with surreal landscapes and it's rich in culture. However, many people want to leave and venture to America. Pictured here is a pig that was ate and slaughtered for a 1-year anniversary for Ashley's aunt and uncle. This is not uncommon in the Philippines. In this slide, we will talk about homelessness. Homelessness in the Philippines is a big problem. In the Philippines, there is an estimated total population of 94 million. Some 4.5 million people are homeless. The National Statistics Office, the primary statistical arm of the government, defines homeless as living in parks, along sidewalks, and all those without any form of shelter. A quarter of the population lives below the poverty line. It is estimated that around 44% of the urban population live in slums. The capital, Manila, has the largest homeless population of any city in the world, with 3.1 million. An estimated 1.2 million children in the Philippines sleep rough, with 70,000 in Manila. Unlike in America, there are many children and elderly on the streets in the Philippines. Many children will not be clothed and will attempt to sell items to make money. The education system in the Philippines was formerly 10 years. However, it has been extended 2 more years to the standard K through 12, similar to the United States curriculum. It consists of an elementary school with grades 1 through 6, a junior high school with grades 7 through 10, and a senior high school with grades 11 through 12. English is also taught early on during grade 1. Public education is paid for by the government. There are also vocational programs set in place. Ashley informed me a lot of job positions in the Philippines require a college degree, even some at fast food restaurants. Unlike the United States, in the Philippines, you must go to college to become a police officer. In this slide, we will talk about homelessness. Homelessness in the Philippines is a big problem. In the Philippines, there is an estimated total population of 94 million. Some 4.5 million people are homeless. The National Statistics Office, the primary statistical arm of the government, defines homeless as living in parks, along sidewalks, and all those without any form of shelter. A quarter of the population lives below the poverty line. It is estimated that around 44% of the urban population live in slums. The capital, Manila, has the largest homeless population of any city in the world, with 3.1 million. An estimated 1.2 million children in the Philippines sleep rough, with 70,000 in Manila. Unlike in America, there are many children and elderly on the streets in the Philippines. Many children will not be clothed and will attempt to sell items to make money. In this slide, we will talk about symbolic interactionism, the symbols and the roles they play in Filipino culture. Pictured here is Ann Curtis. She is a famous celebrity in the Philippines. Oftentimes, celebrities will be light in skin and is a sign of beauty. Superstitious acts are important in the Filipino tradition. There is a lot of them. Family is very important. Every older Filipino lady is auntie or also ate, and for the elder uncle, the respect term is kuya. Young Filipino girls will often marry 50, 60-year-old men. Catholicism has greatly influenced the culture, and some have integrated iglesia along with superstitious beliefs. There is a large number of members of the LGBT movement in the Philippines and also in the United States. There are even cross-dressing beauty pageants that are held there. In both countries, there is some opposition to gays, however, it is becoming more of an important part of their culture. Pictured here is Ashley's family. This is traditions that are community involved with a line of food with chicken adobo and rice, and everyone eats with their hands. Crime in the Philippines is very bad. Deviance comes in many forms. The Philippine government praises the murder of others if it is thought they participate or utilize drugs. The Philippines is more of a dictatorship with the current President Duarte. The government lets the perpetrators freedom without prison times. The country became laden with crime and terrorism with the drug community. Cocaine is a bad problem, and many abductions were taking place from terrorist groups as leverage for money. Sadly, many people use this excuse to murder innocent people. It is often seen as heroic and praised to put the names on a pole of those who are murdered because of the accusations they dealt with drugs. Ashley's aunt and uncle were unfairly accused and murdered in their car outside of their home with her cousins in the back seat. Situations like this are not uncommon there. The United States does not condone this type of behavior, which is another motivation many Filipinos strive to come to America. Organized crime in the Philippines can be linked to certain families or barkadas who perpetuate crimes ranging from extortion, sale of illegal narcotics, and loan sharking to robbery, kidnapping, and murder for hire. In this slide, we will look at some superstitions believed among the Filipino people. And the next oncoming slides are some creatures and the pictures that are associated with them. Pictured here is myself, Ashley, and my 3 children. Ashley is now a part of our family as we call our adopted daughter. When we spend time with people of different ethnic backgrounds, we can have a better understanding of each other and realize we have more in common than we could imagine. American Filipinos have a variety of skill sets and goals for the benefit of themselves, their families, and loved ones. They carry on traditions passed down from generation to generation and are rich in culture. There should be no labels to create selective perception. We are all blended and work together, forming bonds along the way.